Hi you guys, I'm PhiL. Welcome to my channel, Kicking It with PhiL. Like, share, and subscribe, and get that notification bell. Shoo! Hey you guys, what's up? We're kicking it again, and I got a comedian actor here today, and he is amazing. And we met actually in a class at the gym, and he's kicking it with me today. Give it up for Anthony Dayo.
What's going on, man? Good to be here, bro.
What's up, man? What's up? You just doing, I'm looking on TV, there you are. Looking over here, there you are. You're everywhere. What's going on?
Man, look, I'm just trying to level up. You know, these LA streets, you know.
That's right.
It's a little crazy. I'm just trying to make something out of nothing. That's
I
all.
ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I've seen you on stage. You are just hilarious. But I want them to get to know you. I know you're from Philadelphia. How did it all happen? How did you get in this game?
So, I started in Philly. Philly is where I'm from, you know, hometown, you know. But it started from a friend that told me that I should be doing stand-up comedy. Which is crazy because, like, I grew up watching stand-up. Like, you know, my mom was, like, big on Def Comedy, like, into Def Comedy Jam. And, like, so we would watch that pretty religiously, you know. But I never thought of comedy as a career. Like, it wasn't something that I thought you actually get paid to do. So when my friend told me that I should be doing stand-up comedy, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like paid doing stand-up comedy. I'm not doing that. But then I learned a little bit more about comedy, and I was like, wow, I am funny. And, you know, people actually do make a life off of stand-up comedy. So I started writing, and I filled up a book. And when I filled up that book, I was like, all right, well, I got some jokes here or whatever, but I don't know now where do I go now? Yeah. You know, now I got these jokes. And it's so funny. It was me, my little cousin, my other friend of mine, and we like smoking weed in like the back of this like school. But it was like after, it was like after school. It wasn't like no kids was around, you know what I mean? There was no kids around. But we smoking, and I was like, yo, you know, I've been writing some jokes. Yeah. And they were like, all right, well, show us. Like, you know, I'm like, damn, I didn't think y'all was gonna say, yo, tell me these jokes or whatever. So I said, all right, let's do it. Let me just do it. Like, so I started telling jokes in front of them, and they started like laughing. It was like, wow, like this shit is good. Bro. You need to tell these on stage. So that's when I got, from that moment, I knew like, all right, this is something that I should pursue. And then, you know, and yeah, I started doing open mics.
Did you pack up your bags and then move out?
Oh, so no, it didn't happen that fast. Actually, my first show, one of my friends set it. He set it up. It was in New York. It was in, which was dope, right? For me, I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to do my first show in New York. This is dope. Only thing was, it was like a bar. The bar was like, it was a bar. It was like a Nigerian bar. Like, this is like a bar the Nigerians go to. You know, they play this video game called FIFA there. You know, they had like a little dance floor, nothing crazy. You know, fish frying, Nigerian fish. You know, interesting smells, but it was good. Okay. Now smells. Yeah, right. And the thing was, no one but my friend and the guy who like hosts the show knew that it was comedy that night. So I went there, it was like no one expecting comedy until 1:30 in the morning. They cut everything off and said, hey, we got this guy from Philly. He's here to tell y'all jokes. And I'm like, holy shit, no one knew. Everyone's like confused. They turned off the FIFA. You know what I mean? They're upset. It was crazy. So I'm like, okay, I gotta like now jump up, no host, like no one introducing me, none of that. Okay. And they have a microphone set up to a laptop. Yeah. Right? Behind a bar. So I gotta tell my jokes behind a bar on a microphone set up to a laptop. And in front of these random Nigerians that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Which is like, it's a very cultural shock. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And I mean, I don't know a lot of different culture faces, but Nigerian facial expressions where they don't know what the fuck is going on is different. It's different. It's very intimidating. It's just like, what?
And this is the first time you go on stage.
Yo, first time ever. I bombed. So, I did so bad. It was so bad that my friend in the back, he was like, okay, babe, let's go. Let's get out of here. That's what I was like. And the moment he did it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a good night, guys. It was a good night, you know, and it was horrible. It was actually a horrible night. And but after that, man, I was like, shit, this comedy thing is real. And I want to do it again because I feel like I didn't have a fair fight.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so
that's good.
Yeah,
because
right?
some people, the first time they bump, I'm out. But you, man, that's good.
Yeah.
This is inspiring.
Right. So I mean, I had to do it again, right? Because I mean, I feel like I was set up. This was a setup. You know, I had to do it again.
Agree.
You know, so the second time was in Philadelphia, my hometown. You know, I said I'm gonna do it at home.
Yeah.
It was actually at the Laugh House, which was where Kevin Hart came up at. He came up at the Kevin Laugh House. This was just before they tore it down because the Laugh House doesn't exist no more in Philadelphia on South Street. But it was like an open mic. It was a real audience. You know what I mean? No one was playing FIFA. You know what I mean? No fish was frying. It was just a regular comedy club.
Okay.
And my mom came out. You know, my dad was out. You know, I had some family there. It wasn't just a good. You know what I mean? So and I did well. It was like it was good. And at that moment, I was like, okay, this is it.
Was there any nerves, or you just said, oh, I'm just going for it? Wait, I mean, because some people, you know, get a little nervous before it, but then once they're up there, they loosen up. This is your second time, basically, and you're on stage. Your family's out there, and you got some people giving you some love, but
I mean,
this is a comedy place now.
It is. So I mean, the nerves. I mean, that took that takes some time to you know. I still get nerves, you know. Like I just had a show recently. Not to jump too fast forward, but I had a show recently, and just to let everyone know, I'm like 10 years now in the comedy, you know. So yeah, I was nervous. I mean, it was like my first show during this Corona shit, you know. So it was like 6-7 months or whatever. I'm like, shit, man. Like the nerves came back a little bit. You know. So it's always there.
I think even when I get on stage, I am nervous. I am always. I don't know why, but I think just that first little time, then it just sort of, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What helps is that if you have a set that consistently does well, the nerves tend to go away because you're like, all right, I did this 5 times straight and I got laughs every damn time. So the 6th time, I should be kind of fine. Like, what am I worrying about? So, you know, it's just how much you put into your, you know, preparation in your set.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was the second time. Whether it was the response from your folks and your friends and the people that came out.
All good. It was all good. It was enough to allow me to say, okay, this is what I want to do.
Is that when you said, I'm packing my bags and I'm going to LA?
Almost. Just about. Now, to be honest, it was a little bit, I have a daughter back home.
Okay.
So there was more that needed to happen before I could just be like, you know, I'm out on this comedy shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you still have a little girl at home, you know, so make sure you do everything necessary, you know, having summers with my kid, you know what I mean? I can't move out here without me knowing that everything near her mom is good on that, you know, so, but once that was taken care of, then I was able to say, okay, this is a move I now can make.
Wow.
And that happened about a year after doing a little bit of comedy in Philly.
Wow.
I moved out here.
Okay. Yeah. Did you have any friends or family out here, or you just came cold?
So I actually came out here with someone I was engaged with at the time. Yeah. So I came out here with my fiance, and we drove cross country here. Yeah. It was a beautiful road trip. I feel like everyone should drive cross country.
See all the stuff. You know, when you fly, you miss everything. You're there. But what about all the countries? What about the countryside? What about the police?
It's a vibe. It's such a vibe. No, it was great. And we did that whole trip. We stopped in Chicago, Denver, and Vegas, and then we made it to LA.
Wow.
And and that's when it all started.
Wow.
Yeah,
did you remember your first one in LA, or?
My first show in LA was at Flappers Comedy Show.
How long did it take? Did you first when you got here? Did you wait 2 months, 6 months before you did it, or you just said, I'm here, I want to see what's on the comedy scene?
It took me about a month and a half. Not too long.
Wow.
Not too long.
Yeah.
No, not too long at all. Because I mean, I wanted to like, let's get it, you know. That was the first show. Now before that show, I did do open mics. You know, so that's one of the perks of like living in Los Angeles or New York City.
Yeah.
You have all these open mics that you can go to work out your material.
Oh, that's good.
So I would go to these open mics I mean, you'll get mics that are set up where you can do about 3 or 4 a night. So I would do 3 or 4 open mics a night.
Getting it in.
Yeah, working on material, just getting stronger. Because Philly comedy is completely different than Los Angeles comedy. East Coast, period. East Coast comedy is completely different than comedy in LA.
What is it?
East Coast is a little bit more, I mean, honestly, like, I think at least the comedy that I came up in the East Coast was very raw. It's very right at you, it's very in your face. This is how I feel, and this is, you know what I mean, this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
You know, whereas, you know, California, you can have those same feelings, but you have to say it in a way. You can't just be like, this is how I feel about this shit. No, people are receiving it really well out here. You know what I mean? People receive it differently out here. So you gotta be a little bit more
playing the audience.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Like, you know, I mean, yeah, it's a difference. So, you know, it takes those mics to really learn, you know, and really grow where you at in comedy, you know.
And then the acting part, because I look up seeing you on these commercials and everything. So
Yeah.
how did that acting?
So,
Oh, well, you're always acting.
yeah, well, you know, I mean, I think all that has to do with comedy. Like, you know, I think if you continue to do well in stand-up and you know, get yourself out there, you know, living in a city like Los Angeles, eventually you're going to get something in that space, you know. So it was just me just grinding, like being out enough, learning the scene enough, and then, yeah, I mean, I got like a commercial agent, I'd say about 5 years in out here. And then that's when I started to now audition.
Nice.
With, you know, commercial stuff.
So a natural progression.
Yeah. So yeah, you think, all right, within that 5 years, that 5-year time when I was out here just doing stand up and on stage in front of people, it helped me now when I started going into that commercial space to get in front of people and act something out.
Nice.
Yeah,
and
so,
you'll have more of a freedom in these auditions.
Yeah.
Wow, and they get to know you.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, what do you think on this journey? What was one of your grandest or one of your best moments that you just, this was a really good moment, you really feel good? And then I want to ask you also, what was one of your hardest moments? Because there are people that they just go through the harder moments and they just pack up. But apparently, if there was one of those harder moments, you are in here still fighting.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
So I want to see, what was one that sort of, is it one that just sort of sticks out like, it was a great set, or something that was really smooth?
My greatest moment.
One of them.
One of my greatest moments. You know what? Landing that commercial with Snoop Dogg out here was a very that felt really good. Because, you know, living in Philadelphia, you know, living anywhere outside of LA, like, you just associate Snoop Dogg with Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me to come out here, this kid from Philly, you know, pursuing this comedy in Los Angeles and get to work with, like, the face of Los Angeles, Snoop Dogg, I'm like, that shit felt really good.
Wow.
Yeah, so I would say for sure that.
Wow, and he's just, all of us are inspired by him. He's an amazing man.
Yeah, right? Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Would you smoke weed with Snoop Dogg?
I might even try. With Snoop Dogg, let me do it. Okay?
There we go. Right.
That's right.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that would be I would say that would be one of the greatest moments for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt really good. And then to see it. You know, you see it. You're like,
And then your home boys, everybody in the
family
home
get to see it. It was,
and they see you not just out there, you are actually doing something.
Right.
Wow.
So yeah, that felt so good so far.
And then what about a hard one that makes you say, maybe I just pack my bags and go?
Shit, man.
Just not even an option.
So like I said, I came out here with my fiance, and you know, we actually did get married out here. It was a very quick marriage, you know. like, not to like, it's very, but it was, you know, it really hurt. Like it really hit me, because, you know, we was together for 7 years, you know. So when I lost her, it was kind of like, holy shit, I came out here with someone, we kind of like had our own spot, like our own apartment and stuff, and now like we splitting, and it's like a terrible split, and now I gotta find somewhere else to like lay, because it's like a whole, it was like I was couch surfing, I played the couches.
Oh yeah.
The couches are very real, man. Like it got to a point where, you know, I would hook up with women just so I can like spend the night, you feel me? Cause like I needed somewhere comfortable to lay. You feel me? You know, damn, I remember this one girl. She had a queen size bed. It was kind of so crazy. so crazy. It was so great. It felt so good. But that was like, yeah, that was a tough time. That was like a year or two where I was just like, just grinding it out. But I was laying on the couch every night. You know what I'm saying? So. You know, you ever had a girl come over and you had to like act like you wanted it to happen on the couch because like that's actually where you live? Like I live right here, like, but I gotta like, I want you now. It's like, can we go to your room? No, I can't wait. I want you right here on this couch.
Okay.
Oh, it's so bad.
Wow.
So
But
bad.
you made it through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You made it through it, and you didn't say, I'm packing up and going.
Yeah, no, not at all. No, I mean, no. I mean,
it wasn't an option.
It was not an option, you know, because I mean, I think too, like knowing that I already made the leap of faith to come out here, you know. Even though I didn't have after we broke up, I didn't have a car, I didn't have an apartment, I didn't have these things, but I had a job.
Oh, that makes a difference.
A job to keep you here. You got a job, now to keep your ass here.
Okay.
Like, all right, it's not the best job, but I'm getting a weekly check, so I think I still got a chance.
Yeah.
You know, so that definitely helped. That restaurant, I was working at a restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's a journey and everything.
Yeah, it doesn't stop, man. It's still a lot to do.
And you just said recently you had a show. So recently.
Yeah, I actually, I had a show. My first show during COVID was about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
And you had been off 6 months prior to that?
Yeah, 6 months was crazy.
So wow, did you have a material that you just sort of stored up and you just
you know what? To be honest, a lot of my writing I wasn't doing during COVID because there was just so much shit going on. You know, Donald Trump, Black Lives Matter. You know, there was a lot that was going on. So I just wasn't in the right spirit. But so I went with a lot of material that I have used in the past, and I probably threw 1 or 2 jokes or whatever. But it was such a good night. It was such a good night. Yeah, because it's been so long. I was like, okay, I gotta like come with it. So like 2-3 days straight of just me like just coming with it, you know. So.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to just tell the people out there not to give up on their dreams, or what you would just say. Just give them a couple of words.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think. I mean, if it's something that you really, you know, want to do, I would say just continue doing it. Don't stop. I think when you stop, it's over. You know, it's never over if you keep going. You know, so like, I mean, that's kind of the mindset that I try to keep. So I would say just keep rocking, even if something is not happening right now. Like there was a lot of times where I wanted shit and it wasn't happening, and you know what? I didn't give up, and then guess what? It eventually happened, and there's still a lot of things that are happening to me. So I would just say like just keep going at it. That's it.
Wow. Well, I'm just gonna say, Anthony Dayo, you are an inspiration, and thank you for kicking it with me.
Thank you for allowing me to kick it with you, bro.